Yes, and we are three geeks of colour.
Okay, so when do we
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we called? Africentrix.
Africentrix.
Hi, this is our first blog. We are the Africentrix. And first of all, we're going to speak about the Joker.
But we should, first and foremost, introduce ourselves.
Alright, then that's a good idea.
I think people might want to know who we are. Who are these three African geeks?
Yes, indeed. So
I'm
ladies
Isis.
first. Sorry,
Indeed.
say it.
I'm Isis, and I am the only woman.
I'm JC Kamau.
And I'm Junior Tomlin. I was known as the Salvador Dali of Rave.
Indeed, he is.
Wow. So yes, we have all been to see the Joker. We didn't go at the same time.
We weren't able to manage it. You know, West London style. We were just so busy.
But you two went together, didn't you?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't
We
go?
were separate, so we all got like separate things.
Yes, I'm
We
sure
want
we
to just
did.
let everyone know because we want to represent. We're all from Grove.
Yeah.
We represent for
we're down
Ladbroke
with the
Grove.
Grove.
That is the area.
Mm.
And if you're watching this from
We even have our own song about our area now.
We do, don't we?
Yes, Ladbroke Grove.
Ladbroke Grove.
What's his name? AJ Trace.
Oh, AJ Tracy. You know what? I was actually thinking. I wasn't thinking of him. I was thinking of Leslie Palmer's version.
Oh, right.
Ladbroke Grove.
No,
that one.
No. This
Anyway.
is the international.
Okay,
renowned
so
version. Anyway.
Right. Just so you know where
let's
we're
kick it
from,
off.
because like we want you to know where we're from.
Yes, indeed. So, what was your lot's thoughts on the Joker film? How did you?
So you're going to try and ambush us, aren't you, JC?
No, well, I could say my thoughts, but
I enjoyed it.
Mm.
Yeah, I enjoyed it on a couple of different levels. There, one of the levels is like it basically used like real world, dynamics.
Okay.
In the sense of that things are happening in the real world, like in comic strip land. Yeah, nobody has a mental illness. Everybody just gets on with it. But this one, you show the progression of his illness, into like total, into violence, and it shows what happened to him to trigger that violence. Yeah, and other things, besides. But I really enjoyed the film.
Mm.
I loved it. I've seen it twice now, and I echo what you're saying. And it's interesting because other Jokers, and I know we've had conversations off camera, about the Joker and his various, actors who played him and the various roles, and there isn't that kind of this kind of origin story was really interesting. And for me, what I loved about it, Joaquin Phoenix is a brilliant actor, but I actually empathised with the Joker. I had complete empathy with this character, seeing him kind of his demise and his the way he was treated by society. And I think that's a really interesting thing, to be able to empathise with a character that traditionally is like a psychopath. And in most I just finished watching Gotham on the last episode now, on your recommendation, Casey. So thank you, my brother. And again, it's really interesting because they use the word psychopath a lot. They use lunatic a lot. They're always saying things like that, but they never talk about how that person kind of got there. It kind of happens.
Except for the Jeremiah Velasco.
Yeah, but then...
See how he sniffed the...
Yeah, but I'm talking about the real life story. Because there's something about Gotham. Gotham as well as this idea of trying to... the colours are much more like comic book, but there's this idea of modelling it on New York and real life things. But coming back to this Joker makes it almost as though we could step out on the road and find a character like that, which we don't normally find in Joker stories. So, yeah, I think the origins and why this person's like that is so real, so brilliant. I love it. I might go again.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a very good award-winning film, and it was an enjoyable film. But I was a bit, let's say, bored of how long it took for the Joker to become Joker. I did like the whole storyline about finding out how his mental illness, but I thought it was more about, it wasn't a Joker film. A friend of mine, he texted saying it was a definitive Joker film. I would say it's more a definitive Arthur Fleck film. And the next one, hopefully they will do with the Sixth Sense.
A Joker film.
They will do a sequel, and it will be more about the Joker, because the Joker only became the Joker like when he was in the TV studio, like after kind of like couple seconds before he shot the guy.
Half an hour of the film.
which is the only last half an hour of the film, as you say, which was kind of disappointing for me. I wanted to see him be the Joker a bit sooner, and him be like a supervillain. For me, I didn't feel this character was the type of character that can thwart the Batman so many times. Arthur Fleck was a very interesting person to see.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the progression. Like, I would have liked to have seen how the police stopped him, or how he got taken by the police. But you were saying to me that there's an interesting idea of the whole film not being
real.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole thing being taking place, because for me, one of the seminal parts of the film was when we realised that he wasn't actually having a relationship with the female
woman,
protagonist.
Yes.
Was it Zazie Beetz or something she's called?
Oh, is that Zazie Beetz?
She was also in the second Deadpool film.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I recognise
Yeah,
her
she's in
from.
the second Deadpool film. And so that point at which you realise that it's all in his mind, it's delusional. And for me, that was like really sad, because I really wanted him to have somebody to be with him.
Because all that came about here after, remember, they finished the program and he couldn't get any more meds.
Yes.
So he's fall into like a madness. Yeah, became even more apparent, and he became even more faster. Because it was like the meds was basically keep him right on like the straight and narrow in a way, but without them,
different pills, isn't it?
Yeah.
9 different pills. Get carried.
Can you imagine 9 different pills a day?
But that's such a kind of nod to reality.
Yes.
To how many people? I mean, we're just sitting in there's St. Charles mental health unit around the corner, and there's people just like that in there who've been like medicated up to their eyeballs just to keep them,
And if they their medications get cut,
Yeah, they'll go loopy.
And then there are so many incidences in society, we've all been around for a while, and where people have killed people or done some really awful things to them, and it turns out they've been off their meds.
But the thing about it, I know this is gonna sound really like I should be like on meds.
I think we should all be on meds.
The whole
Depends what kind of meds.
Yes.
The thing about the Joker was the fact that he makes jokes from the sick things that he sees.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about the whole thing, I'm sure people laugh, because people think that I'm some kind of madman. But the funniest thing about the whole film is like when he kills the guy that gave him the gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the guy who has dwarfism is there, and he
couldn't get the door.
No, that was brilliant. That was funny.
I felt sad.
I did actually laugh quite a few times in the film.
The film has got.
Yeah, I laughed, but I also felt sad for the guy, the little guy, because I thought he was going to kill him. But because the guy was good to him, he wasn't going to kill him at all.
Yeah, and he gives him that was funny as well.
Yeah.
He gives him a kiss in the head and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not the Joker being funny; it's the humour in the whole scene that you find funny.
Yeah. But
most of it was tragic.
Yeah. But you also have to remember, Julian, is like this wasn't the type of Joker movie that we thought we would be accustomed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a guy with a, caped crusader flying in, saving the day. They basically set the timeline to when Bruce Wayne was still a kid. Yeah, and I also liked the fact here that there was that thing with his mother. Yeah, and he come to realization here that Mr. Wayne could have been his father.
Yeah. That was good because it shows the why he would have so much hatred for Bruce Wayne. And why, and also why Bruce Wayne would have so much hatred for the Joker because of the whole situation. The guy was wearing the Joker mask, and it gave the whole city an infusion of hate for his father, and that's why that man killed his dad.
Because it was that conflict here where his mum said, go to Mr. Wayne, he can help us, blah blah blah. And then after sort of like meeting them up right in the toilet and him just punching him down in his face, right? That's just another thing.
Mm.
for him to like hate Thomas Wayne a little bit more.
Rejection.
Yeah.